Elephants, largest animals on land, the dominant force in maintaining the ecosystem of the African savanna, gifted with an incredible memory and an ability to survive in almost any conditions, thanks to their tightly bonded social groups of grandmothers, mothers, aunts, and their offspring. Elephants are famous for their amazing noses, which are elongated into a flexible muscular trunk that can do an enormous range of things. They have huge flapping ears, which are used mostly to radiate out body heat. And they have surprisingly nimble motions, despite their enormous size. So where did elephants come from? Elephants and their relatives, known as the order Proboscidea, have a great fossil record that shows the evolution of most of the distinctive features. If we trace their fossil record back through time, we find them in the Paleocene beds about 60 million years old in Morocco and elsewhere in North Africa. The oldest known elephant fossils are beasts called Erytherium and Phosphatherium. Even though these fossils are incomplete, their teeth already show the typical pattern of all primitive proboscideans. Numidotherium, from beds about 46 million years old in Algeria, already had the beginning of a short proboscis on its skull and was about the size of a tapir. The best known of these primitive elephant relatives is Merotherium, found in beds about 40 million years old in Egypt and Algeria. It had the size and build of a pygmy hippo, with a long, flexible proboscis on its face and teeth suitable for eating all sorts of soft leaves and water plants. In beds that are slightly younger than those that yield bones of Merotherium are the first primitive mastodons, including Paleomastodon, which is related to the main branch of elephant evolution, and Phiomia, which led to several side branches. One of these side branches were the amazing monsters known as Dinotheres, which had a trunk but no upper tusks, and lower tusks that curved downward in an arc. The largest of these weird beasts were as big as the biggest mammoths, and they survived until the Ice Ages only 2 million years ago. Another side branch were the American mastodon and its relatives such as Zygolophodon. These creatures had huge molars with rounded conical cusps on their teeth and slightly curved upper tusks. They had relatively low heads and shoulders compared to mammoths and ate mostly soft leaves and pine needles rather than grasses like the mammoths could eat. They too survived well into the Ice Ages and may have even survived the great mass extinction of the Ice Age megabeasts hanging on to about 5,000 years ago. The main branch of elephant evolution began with the Gomphotheres, which were the first proboscideans to leave Africa and cross to Eurasia and eventually North America about 18 million years ago. Gomphotheres had a large set of upper tusks and a smaller lower tusks. Some mastodons evolved to what called the shovel-tuskers. They had huge, flat lower tusks shaped like enormous shovels. These shovel-tuskers apparently used their bladed teeth to scrape bark and strip leaves from trees and vegetation. At one time, scientists thought they used their beaks like giant duckbills to feed on water plants, but we now know from the wear on their teeth that this is not true. By 15 million to about 2 million years ago, there was an enormous diversification of different kinds of elephant relatives, including the four-tusked Stegotetrabelodon, the long-tusked Stegodon, and even the longer-tusked species Ananchus. All of these strange creatures vanished by the early part of the Ice Ages, leading to the culmination of proboscidean evolution, mammoths and modern elephants. Mammoths and elephants have enormous molars made out of many folded plates of enamel and dentin. They can feed on just about any kind of vegetation, from grasses to trees to shrubbery. Most of us are familiar with the woolly mammoth, which immigrated from Asia to North America around 100,000 years ago in the late Ice Age. But south of the ice sheets, there was the huge Columbian mammoth, much bigger than the woolly mammoth. These finally vanished about 10,000 years ago. In addition, there was a dwarfed species of mammoth which lived on the Channel Islands south of Santa Barbara, California, and also dwarfed mammoths and elephants on many of the islands in the Mediterranean. Some were no larger than a large dog. We know from numerous kill sites that mammoths were hunted extensively in Eurasia and their bones used to make houses. They were also hunted by native peoples in North America when these people first arrived around 30,000 years ago. But mammoths and humans coexisted until climate change that killed them off at the end of the Ice Age. Today, only 2 or 3 species of elephant are alive on this planet, and they are facing extinction once again, as they are poached ruthlessly for their valuable ivory teeth, which are worth more per gram than cocaine or gold. Tremendous work has been done to cut down on poaching, but the pressure on elephants is enormous. Millions of them existed only a century ago, and now less than 500,000 are left in Africa and even fewer in Asia. It is truly sad to think that these amazing animals, which have survived climate change over 50 million years, may go extinct in the lifetimes of people watching this video.